Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. How are you all? Hello. Hey, everyone. Hi. Welcome. This is the Foxhole Friday, and I'm going solo. And this is, one of the things we're doing over the break. I want to do lots of different stuff, but one of the things we're gonna do, right? Fancy background. I got my fancy background on. So look, I've got things. I know we're going to just like jump in and play because this is our game and all this, but I do have things I want to talk to you about first, just like a little bit of stuff because I'm pretty excited about the things. Also, I just remembered I had some other thing I had going on and I forgot what I was doing, but I'm not worried about it. So, hey everyone, this is us going solo, and this is where I play some going solo is where I play some solo RPGs, and right now we're playing the second solo adventure in the red box of D&D Basic from 1983, which will enable us to, this was like the first adventure as many of us have played, and this was right one of the first things we did when we were learning how to play RPGs if you were of a certain age, and this was the first one I did. So we're going to do that, and I imagine we're going to get it done in one session. I imagine that will be the case, so this may or may not be a short session today, but I have got things I wanted to share with you. So one is I've decided that when I'm going to call the thing where I do solo adventures going solo. That's what I'm going to call it. And we're going to have I'm going to make something cool and title it. And, it's just working on the process of making this seem really exciting. So the next time you see this, it'll probably be more exciting. What else did I want to tell you? So I went and I made some tokens for this adventure. I'm pretty excited about that. And I just wanted to tell you, I had a super emotional night yesterday as I was giving an academic paper, and it was very, very emotional. Everybody was crying. It was for my advisor who's retiring, and everybody sort of gave, and there were actually two people retiring. Everybody gave testimonies, and everybody was crying. It was like 2.5 hours, and it was just like all tears of like, oh, we love you, and we would say we love you, and then they would cry. It was all crying. And so then I was exhausted. I slept for 18,000 hours, and I'm awake right now, and I'm feeling really good, but I'm feeling especially good to be around you all because all of you in the Foxhole are pretty awesome people, and I want to say thank you for being here, just hanging out with me, and I appreciate it. And I, by the way, while you were away, I, went and I pulled out as many of the solo adventures from the old back in the day that I could find, and I've got some ideas. Actually, I've got a bunch of ideas. You don't even worry about it, but I'm telling you, I had some thoughts. However, our first things first is we're going to go and play some Dungeons and Dragons is what we're going to do. I'm just excited to get in there. So I feel like we should get in there and do it. Now, if you remember correctly, we made a fighter named Brigitte Jones, who looks sort of like Grace Jones, but like with a red mohawk. So it's like our honoring like Red Sonja and also Grace Jones. And she's a fighter. And she went into the cave right outside of her home, and she met a cleric named Alina, who was then murdered, which was terrible, by Bargle, who's a horrible magic user. And also Bargle charmed us, which was super uncool. And I felt like that was rude. Anyway, we've gone back to town. We got some better armor, and we're going to go back into this cave. And going back into the cave is our second solo adventure. Hey, Jer! Hey, you just saw Jer. Thank you. By the way, I'm going to go and just read all of our, resubs and all of that when we at the end. That's what I'm going to do. But I just noted that something bizarre is here. We have more than one alerts going on, and I've got to figure out. Let's see. That's the alert cup. We'll probably want that. This is also alerts. We're going to see what happens if we turn off these alerts, because I feel like we'll probably be fine. Let's just see what's happening. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? The only correct action for Bargle the Infamous. Hey, y'all, I just wanted to tell you, what I've got planned, because I'm not, City of Light and Shadow is going on hiatus until the next season, which is going to be in August, but we still have June and July, and I've got planned for Fridays in July, we're going to do a solo game. Well, we do have a problem, don't we? We have a problem, and that is we use the word solo to mean two different things. This is a solo adventure, but then there's also solo adventures with one GM, one player, and I really don't know what to do about this terminology problem. Nonetheless, there'll be one player, one GM coming up in July for the Foxhole, and that's going to be Greg, Grimjack, and I doing Night's Black Agents solo. And I'm very excited about that because Greg is creating a brand new character with like a whole set of like background characters, and I'm really excited to sort of dig into this. And we're talking about this happening in like 2 weeks, so that's two weeks, right? 2 weeks. The thing you do for solo isn't really the thing you do for Colas isn't really solo. It's one-on-one. One-on-one. Yep. One-on-one. One-on-one, we'll call it. One-on-one. We'll call it one-on-one. Hey, although I'm just going to note that Night's Black Agent called Night's Black Agent solo, and it's just... Also, I've heard the term duet, and I don't know if they... I think they sometimes use the word duet for one-on-one, but that feels a little weird, too. Look, maybe it's a duet when it's one-on-one. I don't know. We should think about it. Nonetheless. So, we're going to be doing that, which I'm really excited about. That's going to start the first week of July. But I'm also, because it's the summer, I'm going to be running 2 games on the Foxhole here on this channel in July. And that is going to be on the Fridays, Night's Black Agent solo, which will be a duet, a one-on-one. And then we're going to come back with more Spy Team 67. And that will be on Sundays, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's Sundays. I've got to check, but I'm pretty sure that's what we came up with. And so that'll be happening also the first week of July. So expect some exciting Spy Team 67 with my all-British group of players, and also Night's Black Agent solo, which is a one-on-one duet sort of thing. So I had always wanted to do more RPGs in the summer, and now I'm doing it, so I'm very excited about that. Let's see. On the other hand, you are kind of an evil GM. That's interesting. Let's see. The thing you do for Colas isn't really solo, it's one-on-one. Duets feel more cooperative. If you went with the one-on-one, you could do something cool with the logo and some D20s. True, Valtiel. On the other hand, you are kind of an evil GM. On the gripping hand, you do recruit a lot of Mass Exit players that like you being evil. And I will say, I feel like I'm not really evil more than I am... What's the word? How do I put this? I don't know how to put it, because I think I'm challenging, but not like a Gygax challenging, but like a different kind of challenging, because sometimes what the play, sometimes I give the players also, like, they do stuff and it works out really well for them, and sometimes they're like, I'm going to be tortured. I was like, but you're not going to be tortured. Here's some soup. So, it's a little complicated. And also, none of my PCs have died in Colas yet, but that's because it actually is kind of hard to die in Colas. Could happen, though. Could happen. All right. Hey, Prax. So, I feel like we should get into this solo episode and just note that there are going to be more games coming in July. And I need a calendar. I need to know, hold on, I need to check my calendar, because I need to find out how many Fridays we have left in June. Next week is a Friday. That's the 24th. Okay, so we have only 1 week left in June, 1 Friday left in June, and that's next Friday, which is a break. That's like a break off. And then in July, we'll be doing some games, and I've got other things planned. That's all. It's super hard. Yeah, you do have to try to die in fate. I mean, it can happen. It can happen, but it is hard. Okay, so no Tales from the Foxhole next Friday, because I'll be doing all the prep for all the games. But then the Friday after that, and then after that, we'll be doing all sorts of exciting RPGs. 2 for July. I've got some other things I've got some other things baking for you, and so we're gonna go and try. Yeah, Valtiel's like squints at Oscar. I wish you could see my shirt, but you can't. I'm wearing a gaming related shirt because I wanted to be gaming related. But don't even worry about it. So let us begin. And hang out over here for a moment. Now, if I remember correctly, did I have anything else that I really, really, really wanted to show you? Because I might have. Let me see. Before we do, I just want to check. We did, as a matter of fact. Oh, great. I remember correctly. We did have a thing. I did set it up. Oh, I feel good about myself. All right. So, if you remember correctly, we were going to be playing. We're going to go into this dungeon. We had sort of started by checking out the, what do you call it? The town. We went to, we got new armor and all of that. And now, however, we have to actually go into the new cave. But this is also a bit of a learning environment, so we should probably see if we can, if we can, what do we have here? We do. Excellent. Let me move this so that we can see this a little bit better. Where are we? We are right here. Hello, how are you? Why don't we, I believe it is this and this. There we go. So, why don't we have this here for a moment so that we can see what's what. Oh, that's a little small. That's a little small, everybody. You know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I have an idea. How about if I duplicate this? How about if I copy and duplicate so that we have 2 of these? And if we do that, right, then we can actually split this in half, and then we can make these bigger, and then you'll be able to see the text a little bit better. So let's go here, and also here. It's a little. We'll survive. Let's I just want you all to be able to read this a little bit better, and because I care. Except that I just did that the wrong direction. Fire, as Uncle Roger would say, or actually all the people that I grew up with in San Francisco would also say that. So let's go here, and then let's close this up a little bit. Here, yes, and there, and here. Okay. We'll just have to move some things over as we need to. Okay. So, here we are, learning how to play the Dungeons and the Dragons. Oh, by the way, if you all... Hey, I'm troopersjp. This is the Academic Foxhole. I should do that, right? We're going solo. We're playing the second solo adventure in Dungeons & Dragons Redbox Basic Set. If you want to support the channel, you can always give tips or bits, or you can join the Patreon, which goes to pay for the cast. By the way, this sort of like break in between seasons helps me save up some money through the Patreon so that I can pay the cast and not go in the hole, although I'm running RPGs over the summer, so we'll see how that goes. We're going to see how it goes. Anyhow, thank you. And yes, you can join our Patreon, and you can also give us tips and bits, and all the tips and bits that you give, I'm going to keep so that I can pay the folks who are coming up. That's what I'm going to do. So let us begin. Do I have anything really exciting I can do music-wise? Oh yeah, I have a creepy dungeon sound. That's all old school that we can put in the background. Excellent. Tell me if you like the volume. So we are about ready to enter the dungeon, in quotation marks. You know what? I've decided we're going to do it like this. Yeah, I've decided we're going to do it like this. We're going to just make this bigger because I want you to be able to read it better. But I also recognize we should probably... Look, I want you all to have, like, here, solo adventure, record keeping, and then let me bring this one back up, and I'm kind of grooving on this old school music. Here's what I'm going to do. More damage. Good, 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 good. Great. We are golden. Y'all, we're golden. I just do it like this. This is how we're doing it. So you're about ready to enter the dungeon, but first you need to learn a little more about battles. You already know how to swing at a monster. You roll a d20. You know, I've got one of those. They are, in case you didn't know, because we learned about it, they told us all about it. The d20 is this one, right? The one with all of the numbers on it, the big one. For those of you who don't know. Just in case, I don't know. And then you compare the result to the hit roll given in the description. If you rolled that number or higher, you hit the enemy, and you roll your damage. Your first adventure, each time you hit a monster, you did 1 point of damage. However, from now on, you will roll 1d6, which is a normal-sided die, and to see how much damage you do to the creature you are fighting. You will keep track of the damage in the same way, writing down the starting number and subtracting the damage each time you hit. Just cross off the old number of hit points and write down the new number. I feel like this is going to be bad, but don't even worry about it. The monsters will also be able to do more damage, which might kill us. In your one-player games, you will keep track of their damage on a separate sheet of paper along with your own. In group games, the Dungeon Master keeps track of all the monster details. Some monsters do 1d6 points of damage, just as you do, but sometimes they do more or less than 1d6. Each time you encounter a monster, the information that you need will be given in a box like this. Whoop. Goblin 17, D1d6, U12, HP 4. The number after the monster's name is the roll it needs to hit your fighter. D, roll it needs to hit me. D is the dice to roll after the monster hits to find the amount of damage it did to you. There. In this example, if you roll a 12 or higher, you hit the goblin. Then you roll 1d6, the standard amount, and add 2 for your strength bonus. You subtract that total from the goblin's 4 HP as given above. The goblin's new total is, if the goblin's new total is 0 or less, the creature is dead. There. If the goblin still has any hit points left, it swings at you. Rude. Oh, I always get to go first. That's nice of them. That's nice. Yes, the icosahedron. Let's see. Valtiel says, I'm trying to think of an equivalent comparison to Vespine gas. Mountain Dew, maybe? Maybe? If you roll 17 or higher, for the goblin's attack, he hits you, 1d6 points of damage, as noted in the box above. Roll the d6 side and subtract the result from your 8 hit points, which could be very dangerous. Combat checklist. A step-by-step list of everything you need to do in fighting a monster is given on the same page as the monster description, the box information. Use this checklist for every battle to be sure you're running each one correctly. Okay. Record keeping. Use a piece of scrap paper or the computer to keep track of the battles. Whenever you find some treasure, write down the amount and type on the same paper. The experience points will be given at the end of the adventure, but you will need a list of the creatures your fighter conquers. All the points for the treasure and experience will be added up at the end of the adventure. Getting killed. If your character is slain by the monsters, that is the end of the adventure. But it's not the end of the game. You can start the fight over again, pretending that it's a new character. We'll see about that. If you play this adventure a second time, do not keep the treasure found before you got killed. That would be cheating. You should start the character over again from the beginning. Whew, okay. Remember that you are carrying a magical potion of healing. If you get hurt, you can drink it and it will cure all of your damage, which is very nice of them. You can then change your hit point back to 8. You can only drink it once, and then it's gone. You may drink the potion whenever you wish, but you should wait until you have only 2 or 3 hit points left, if possible. If you drink it in the middle of a battle, you must skip your attack. You are drinking, not swinging, and roll only for the monster's attack for that round of combat. Okay, things to remember. Keep a record of the monsters killed and the treasure found using a separate piece of paper. 2. Use the combat checklist whenever you have a battle. 3. Roll 1d6 each time you hit to find the amount of damage done, plus 2. 4. Drink your potion when you are badly hurt. Yeah, bonus action to take a potion. Although it looks like it's not a bonus action because you can't attack, it's your full action. So it's a full action rather than a bonus action. That is it. So this time you will make a map of the dungeon so you don't get lost. Maps also help in remembering where the worst monsters were, like ghouls, so you can avoid them until you feel ready for them. You will draw your map on a piece of graph paper, which I have. Each line 1 square long will equal 10 feet in the dungeon. Oh, each line. Oh, hey, we've got I've got this. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I can just change it. We'll just change it. It's fine. A grid, each square is not 5 feet, but 10. There we go. Oops. 10. We gotta make sure we're correct here. This is a 10-foot squares. Oh, that's very 1E, isn't it? You know what? Now that I remember this, actually, yes. Do you remember back when? Basic D&D, and if I remember correctly, AD&D 1E tended to have 10-foot squares rather than 5-foot squares. Yes, I remember this because I remember thinking, this is a 10-foot square. That means it's 10 foot across. How big are those doors? Yes, because you theoretically could have 2 doors in 1 square, but they never did. Yes. Hey, Max Ryder. I am winning. Did you bring a 10-foot pole? I did. To make your 10... Yes, right? That makes your 10-foot pole perfectly useful, right? Yes, absolutely. Okay, we got it. We're here. So this time you'll make a map so you don't get lost. Won't get lost. That's what stopped us before, said Valtiel. Yes. I don't think I have a 10-foot pole, actually, which I'm very sad about. So you will draw your map on a piece of graph paper, which we have. Each line 1 square long equals 10 feet in a dungeon. Copy each map carefully. Draw an arrow pointing at the top of the paper and label it north. I put a little compass rose up there so we know. Then draw a line across the arrow and label it east-south. It's fine, we got it. This will help you remember... Where's my cursor? Here it is. This will help you remember the directions. As you draw your maps, be sure to write notes on it to remind you where things are. If you don't make a map as you go, you'll probably get confused. Just so you know it. You'll just probably get confused, and that'll be the worst, and so just don't do it. I don't think I ever used one or had a player who used one. A 10-foot pole? Oh my gosh, yeah, Max Rider. Oh, we would use them all the time because if you didn't, like back in the old school, it would often happen that this would just be what we needed to do, right? So I'm just saying. However, I always did use to map. Often in the margin of my notebook, I always had to take notes on. Yeah, we wouldn't, you know, what's funny is that I'm just thinking about how people don't really map much anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not a thing people really do in D&D, the modern D&D, because, you know, people will put the map out. So I think it's actually interesting to sort of go back to a moment where people were mapping. Yes. Anyway, I have thoughts. Don't worry about it. I have thoughts. Prax is correct because they expect the GM to give you the map. Indeed. And I'm interested in the idea. And you know, I think if I remember correctly, in I think the basics for Roll20 for if you use dynamic lighting is that I think that if you've been to an area, it stays lit up as opposed to goes away. Although that might be a toggle, a switch you could toggle. To think about that. Krellin says a 10-foot pole would render Gygax's infamous Sphere of Annihilation in the statue mouth puzzles completely powerless, which is kind of, I think, the point, right, of that 10-foot pole. We can stop here. This is gazebo country. Yes, Roller. Max says, my dungeons and those I was in were far too large to put on the table. Yes, that too. Yes, mapping is now something that's a UX selling point for some RPGs, says Wittersells. True. Krellin says, they expect the gym to swing out an elaborate custom map from Dwarven Forge. I can't do that. I had one of those Chessex grids, that's about it. Now it's all theater of the mind. I used to do the Chessex grids and I would draw things on and then I would erase them. Right? I would draw them so we could put the little miniatures on there so we would know where we're going, but you know. So, we have to start this dungeon. We're going to go in. Since you explored, yeah, it's miniature. Yeah, I mean, I would use the miniatures, but I would usually erase I would usually only put the room they were in and then erase it so that they would still have to do their mapping. But like basically I would have the map sheet out there and I would only draw on it when a battle happened and then I'd put them there and just what they needed for the battle and then I'd erase it and they'd have to sort of keep the rest of it in their mind. Okay. I did that with Call of Cthulhu during explorations of houses and sometimes when they encounter something truly awful. Yes. Look, I know that people are like, theater of the mind, but even if I'm doing theater of the mind, I like to draw maps. Max Ritter says, I'm a very visual person, some of my players were too. Right, so for me, even if I'm not doing specific, like, you know, Fate doesn't do mapping in the same way where you have to, like, know 5-foot squares, but I like to, if I can, right, if I'm ready for it, put some kind of map up so people can see where the zones are. It just helps you move. So, right, neither does Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, it's just you kind of get a sense of, like, where you are. Sometimes I do it without it, you know, but I like to if I can. If I'm in the space. Yeah, and Max is like, I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. Me too. So, there are systems where I would never do a theater of the mind, and D&D is one of them. Yeah, like I would do, and I might, yeah, that's me. Since you explored some of the caves earlier, you find yet another entrance to venture into this time. After finding a suitable cave, you pause to be sure you are ready. The caves are dark and dreary, as you remember from the last time, so you get out your lantern and light the wick, using your tinderbox. Then you carefully step into the first room. Tear the sheet of graph paper out in the center of this booklet, because they gave you a free piece of graph paper, which was very nice of them, because, you know, I appreciate that. Let's see. Then, starting near the bottom, copy entry 1 map. Okay, all right, let me see. Prax says, I try to give people maps for combat or major towns that players might spend extended time at. Yes, and like sometimes I'll just sketch it out, but you know. Max Ray says, I murdered an AD&D wizard who just happened to be standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Lightning can be a bitch. It's true. Free graph paper? Score. They gave you everything. It was so nice. Theater of the Mind is perfectly suitable for White Wolf. It is, although sometimes I'll just like do a rough map sketch that's not too detailed, just so people can get it. So this is going to be our entry map. They've given us an image which looks like this. So we have to copy this down. So at least they're giving us what we're supposed to copy down, which is nice of them. So let's see. Let me get to the halfway mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 35. So that's what, 15, 16, 17? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what? I should actually make sure I can draw. Let's do polygon lines, and let's make these lines black. Okay, 17, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18. Let's just do 18, shall we? So that'll be, if we're going to be drawing here and then here, and then we go up 20 feet. Oh, this should be it. Let's make this line thicker, shall we? Large. Okay, and then we have to go from here over how many? 2? It's not thick, but that's sad. Here, let me do this. What happens if I... And then let's go large. Ah, much better. Okay, we're back. We're gonna just draw this. Let's see. By the way, you're all saying exciting things, and I want to read them. I'm gonna go up here. Oops. I want go back to black. Okay. Let me see. I mean, y'all have seen the maps I've done for some of your maps are beautiful, Prax. Free graph paper, free crayon. This box had it all. It did have it all. It was pretty amazing. And then let me right click, and then we're here. Some of these things are going to be a little bit like rough, but I think that's fine. And then we're going to go up here, and then boom, 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 boom. I hope you don't mind that I'm not snapping to grid. I could, but I'm not going to. Okay. Oh, that looks bad. That doesn't look bad. Oh yeah, some of my Mescatonic Reptile scenarios, I include maps of the towns without any markings for players. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Max Ryder says, I had a DM who would draw intricate maps of towns we visited. Beautiful stuff. It's a wonder we ever left. I prefer the 5 foot to a square myself. I know, but old school D&D, they just want to give you 10. Prax says, you know, you can check the settings on the page in Roll20 and set the grid to whatever you want. Yeah, I just changed it to 10. I think reading, chat, and drawing in Roll20 are mutually exclusive. Maybe? Okay, so this is us. Here's where we are. We've drawn it. We are here. Yeah, okay, so we did it. We creep in. The room you're in is 50 feet square. With 10-foot wide exits in the middle of the north, south, east, and west walls. The ceiling of the room is 15 feet up, but the corridors are only 10 feet wide, or 10 feet tall. The walls, floor, and ceiling are made of rough rock. There are some cracks and crevices in the rock walls, all very small. Cracks and crevices sound like traps. Standing in the exact center of the room is a stone statue of a woman in armor. Ooh. Let's draw a little circle, shall we? Yes, let's draw a little circle. And I believe we can just do this. There we go. Little circle. Yes, there we go. Okay. Statues, I feel like might be dangerous. Okay. You examine it carefully. Thanks for the knowledge. And finally, even touch it. Nobody asked me if I wanted to touch it. That's fine. But it is merely a statue. Nothing magical or special. I see. I see. You know what? While we're here, why don't we just say statue? There's a little statue here, but that text is way too small. So let's make it a better, even better. Excellent. Here we go. Statue. That's us. Oh, I think if I hit shift. No. How about option? No. How about command? No. Control? No, that's certainly not it. I feel like it must be option or shift. It's option. There you go. Now I know. Okay. And there. Okay. Trooper, you have to. You know what? You're right. I have a wisdom of 8. I do have to touch the statue. This is true. This is true. Statues are always danger. Circle the start and middle was the official statue symbol back in the day. It was railroading. Does your character have cartography? Otherwise, wouldn't this be metagaming? No, I think just cartography is about how good your maps are. And also, you know, Hrothgar, this is actually very interesting about metagaming since we're here. D&D, at its heart, in its original, is a gamist game. And gamist games do not have the same idea of metagaming as we have now. In a gamist game, you are supposed to use your own skills as a player, bring them to bear. nowadays, like, it doesn't matter. First off, I would note that D&D First Edition and D&D Basic, there were no skills. No such thing as skills. So it is expected that you bring your knowledge as a player to the game. The line between your player and your character is a little bit different, right? So you shouldn't make poor decisions just because your character might make poor decisions. You're supposed to make good decisions. Like, you yourself are mapping. If you know that trolls are weak to fire, then you use that knowledge. That sort of the tactical knowledge is not separate between a player and a character, because games are there to challenge the player, not necessarily the character, which is why you have these terrible traps, right? So if you're playing a different style game, like a simulationist game, actually, each style of game has a different sense of what metagaming is. In a gamist game, it's not metagaming to use your knowledge of trolls or your mapping skills to sort of defeat things. That's actually expected. That's actually expected. They had an optional skill system in AD&D. I think that was second edition. I think that was second edition that came into it. Yes. And in a right, so there, hey Anino, there was something that we would consider metagaming in first edition, and what we would consider metagaming in first edition and basic was reading the module ahead of time and then using the knowledge of the module to, we would call that cheating, right? Like, metagaming back then would be like, I know we're gonna be playing the Temple of Elemental Evil, so I buy the module and I read it so I can bypass all the traps. That's cheating. Nope. Or if your character is not in the room, let's say you're the rogue and you're like, I'm gonna sneak off to get all the treasure, and then you get all the treasure, then you hear something, and then while that's happening, you find out something cool's happening in the room, and then you just run in and steal the spotlight. Stealing the spotlight basically would be metagaming. So that would be, not cool back then. Let's see. How much would a statue like that fetch off the market? I don't even think we could lift it. Marble is expensive. Time to go back to town and get a few hirelings to cart that thing away. Mm-hmm. So that's a hack method message. Yep. So AD&D had something, your career or something. I can't remember what they called it. I don't think in the basic book. It might have been in Unearthed Arcana, but not in the basic book, because there just were no skills. It's just, yeah. Second edition had proficiencies. Yes. Hey, Hamburgersel. Oh, welcome in. Thank you. And so, yeah, it's like you just, right? So there was just a very different sense of, we think of metagaming differently. And then, of course, in a narrativist game where you're supposed to follow tropes, there's a bunch of things that you would do outside of character that are also not thought of. Hey, Thelman Lane Gauze, welcome in. Also not thought of as metagaming, because you're supposed to. There's certain styles of things that are expected in different styles of games, right? Like, in a narrativist game, you're supposed to drive the plot towards the plot, and you're supposed to metagame in that way, right? Like, if it's like, have your character just not know certain things, because out of game, you know that would make a better plot. So you just do things in narrativist games to drive the plot. In simulation, so each one has a different sense. Using the DMG or PH in AD&D, you could roll a random profession, blacksmith, that kind of thing, before you became an adventurer. You did that. Absolutely no about what skills you might have. That was because there are no skills, right? There's just there are no skills, and I can bring up my DMG, but we have to go. All right, so let's see. Yeah, they're just, the only thing that you had that was skill-like was that rogues had things that were sort of like skills-ish, right? But they're the only ones. So let's see. You have entered this 50-foot square room by the southern corridor. But the DM might let you shoe a horse if you're a blacksmith once. Yeah, mostly if you wanted to do stuff, you would just have to roll your attributes for the most part, right? Yeah, because... And also, you just sort of didn't, I suppose, right? Yeah. But you would just maybe roll roll strength. You just make it up, I suppose. So you come into the southern corridor, which leads out to the fresh air and sunlight. The other corridors are dark. The light from your lamp helps, but shadows linger in the corners of the large room. Do you want to stop and listen, search the room, or go down a corridor? Yeah, because a lot of things just didn't do back then. So, but also come in, hamburgers. Oh, hamburgers 11. Got it. Hamburgers 11. I see you. All right. So I think before we search the room, we should stop and listen. Right? Yes. So read 42. 42. We're going to stop and listen. Please note, there is no skill roll for listening. We just listen because there are no skills. Just, that's it. 42. You stop and listen and hear squeaking noises to the east. Go back to 1. All right, so in the east, we have some squeaking noises. Never eat shredded wheat. All right, let's make a note of that, shall we? So we here have some squeaking noises, which I assume are rats, which I imagine we can probably dispatch without too much trouble, I assume, right? Oh, okay. All right. So let's search this room, because that is an option, and I feel like we should do that. Get the sense. That's 57. You search the room carefully. Note, there is no roll to search. Just note it. You search the room carefully, and you find a small scrap of paper in a niche, which is a small hole, in one wall. Opening it, you discover a note, written in the common tongue. Rats east, goblins north, beware west. Oh. You can also see parts of the corridors leading out of the room, which look like the Entry 57 map. I see it. You find nothing else in the room. Return to 1. So I get to now fill in the rest of this map. So let's do that, since we got a little bit more of the map that we can see. This goes up 3. I did not want green. Green is inappropriate. Here we go. All right. So this, right? And then this here. And then what do we have? We have this heads out there. And this heads out here. So we have that. And we also, oh, squeaky noises. This goes out from our, oops, sorry. We don't have a lot of, our lantern doesn't go particularly far, but we can at least get a little bit more. And that's it. That's all we got from our torch. Krellin says, does the book actually say which is a small hole? Yes, it does. Because Krellin, the people reading this may not know what a niche is, so they let you know. Prax was, but what I want to know is, are they rodents of unusual sizes? This is, look, it says go west is don't go there. I just feel like if west is a problem, we might want to, note that for, oh, these are rats, right? So we're going to just change this because we now know it's rats. Oops. Rats. And these are goblins. And this here is beware. Yeah, that's what we got. Okay. Okay, so, y'all, here's the question. Do we go after rats, goblins? First up, we should not go to beware, because there might be really bad things there that we cannot handle just yet. So I feel like we should either go after goblins or rats. Some would say it's a niche concept. Wah, 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 says Cher. Voltaire says, pizza rat size, master splinter size. It's an important distinction. It's true. Kron says, so I'm not even a little unjustified in saying my vocabulary comes from D&D. Yeah. Not only do they use the words, they define the words. Absolutely. I learned a lot of vocabulary from D&D. I mean, so much of my vocabulary came from D&D. I did really well on the verbal SATs because of D&D. Hrothgar says, goblins, rats are small and fast. Okay, well, in that case, why don't we just bring out our Brigitte Jones. There she is over there. And, okay. We're gonna head north then, because, that's, okay, we're gonna go north. That's 58. Okay. From this room, You can go many ways. Do you want to go east, west, north, or south? We're going to go north. Go north. Read 10. Okay, everybody. Remember, we have a potion, though. So, if you have already killed the monsters and taken the treasure from this part of the dungeon, read 9. If not, continue. We haven't. So let's go up here. Okay. The corridor goes 20 feet north from the room and then turns right. You peek around the corner and see that the corridor goes 20 feet and opens into another room. Okay, read 54. I will. Okay, goblins. The room looks like the entry 54 map. Add it to your map, which, okay. Oh, all right. Well, we will do that. I wish green was not the default. Okay, everybody, I hope you're ready. We are going to add to this map, which looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember? This is so old school right now. Looks like that. This goes up. Oh, another. And then up 20. Over 20. And then what do we get? We get oh, I did that wrong. It looks like no, I didn't. No, we're good. We're good. Boom. Ah, this is all right. Okay. I don't remember because I didn't get any member berries at the start of the day. Member? All right. Okay. Wait, that was entrance 57. Okay. No, 54. Okay. What are you expecting here? If you didn't find or hear any clues, read 18. Read 18, which, by the way, we did get clues and we did hear things, right? So we did. We expect some goblins. If you found some information about the creatures in this direction, read 19 instead. Yes, let's read 19 instead, shall we? Because we know there are goblins in here. You think that there are goblins up here, so you keep your lantern shuttered and sneak up to peek into the room. You hear soft talking in a language you don't understand. Peeking around the corner, you see 2 goblins to your right, at the south end of the room. They seem to be talking about something and don't notice you. Do you want to go back, talk to them, or attack? Well, there are 2 goblins. Let's add them. Oops, pardon me. Let's add them to our... let's add these goblins to our map, shall we? Okay, we have some goblins here. So there are 2 goblins. We could run away. We could attack them. And actually, you know what we can do right now? Why don't we zoom in? Because we have the power of the zoom, which I find very exciting. Okay, so we can attack them, we can run away, or we can try to talk to them. And I think we should try to talk to them, right? We should just try to talk to them. We should be like, hey, goblins, how are you doing? So let's try talking to them. Again, I have a wisdom of 8. And maybe they're not harmful. Maybe they'll be friendly, right? So yeah, let's talk to the goblins. We'll say, hail and well met. I am Brigitte Jones of the village next door. How do you fare? There is no persuasion skill, so we don't know how this is going to go at all. We're just going to... But I have a pretty decent charisma. So you greet the goblins in your own language, the common tongue. They look up startled, and one growls something in its own language. The other one smiles at you and says, why, hello there. What can we do for you? The growling goblin starts heading north, apparently leaving the room. Do you want to keep talking, attack, or go back? Let's keep talking, shall we? Let's keep talking. Might as well. I mean, I'm sure this won't... I mean, they're saying hi, right? Yes, sure. You keep talking. As one goblin leaves, going north and turning left. which would be up here. The other tries to seem friendly, but you can tell he doesn't like you. Suddenly, you hear more goblin noises coming from the north. Do you want to? Yes, Max, they're goblins. He's going to go get reinforcements. That's exactly what's happening. But they might have been friendly. Well, we're in trouble now. So we can either attack, run away, or keep talking. I feel like this is when we attack, is about where we go. We're going to read 64, and we're going to attack. Yeah, okay. So you attack the goblin. Your first swing misses, thanks. And the goblin misses you, but you see coming from the north corridor 2 more goblins waving swords looking very angry. Do you want to keep fighting or run away? Well, we're in this dungeon, so we're going to keep fighting. Why don't we? Now it's going to be 3 versus 1. And we're going to keep fighting. This is what it is. This is what it is. We're going to, yeah, okay. You are fighting 3 goblins. Remember to make 3 rolls for the monsters. Each one gets a swing after you take yours. Use the checklist to be sure that you're running the battle correctly. All right, well, there are 3 of them. Luckily, we don't have to deal with flanking. This is us. Here we go, everybody. This is great. Remember, we have our checklist. It looks bad for our hero, but here we go. So we have to make a hit roll. Okay, so here, all right. Hey, Brigitte Jones, let's get your character sheet out, shall we? And, oh, actually, I don't even need this, do I? Because I already know that I need to hit a roll. What do I need to roll to hit them? I need to roll an 11. Okay, here we go. Actually, I'm going to do this. All right. I just need to roll an 11. I'm wearing plate armor, so I'm feeling pretty good about my life right now. 18. That's a hit. That's a hit. And I just need to roll 1d6 plus 2 for damage. 1d6 plus 2. The plus 2's for my strength. Okay. So I come out. There are 3. I've been surrounded by these goblins. It turns out they're not friendly. But I take my beautiful sword and I swing. Oh, actually, I roll a 6. Booyah! And with one great blow, I kill, because they have 5 hit points. I kill this goblin. I just murder it. And it now has 0. Oops. Boom. And I'm going to, because I killed it, I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to put an X through it so we can remember that we killed a goblin. Oh, hey, look at this. These are all linked. I forgot how you do that. There's a way to link. You know what? Is it shift? Y'all, there's a way to do this. I think it might be shift drag? No. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, okay, it's not shift drag. What is it? Is it, control drag? No. Is it, this is a Roll20 situation. Is it option drag? We're gonna find out, and then, we'll see how it goes. Nope, that's not it. Is it command drag? Let's try command drag. Nope, that wasn't it. Y'all, we're learning excitement in it's the way to make, you know what, maybe I have to do this. Represents goblin. Generic token, I think might be what it is, perhaps. And that might be it. That might be it. Represents generic token. I think that's it. So let me just edit this, remove that. Yeah, delete, and then use selected token. Oh, here. Save changes. I think that is how we do it. I think that's it. Let's see. Because That did it. That was it, everybody. Oh, so if you make when you sort of when you connect a token to a character sheet in Roll20, if you make it a generic token, then you can make multiple versions of it, and then rather than just one individual one. There we go. This was okay. You want to change the 6. You want 6 to change the HP. Okay, I got it. Okay, so now it's their turn. Okay, well, awkward. They're gonna roll. Okay. I'm a little nervous about it. Okay. First one is going to roll against me. Let's, I'm gonna go here. Oop, that's not what I wanted, pardon me. Where am I? Brigitte Jones. This is what I'm looking for. Character sheet. Boom. Okay. Let's roll. They need a... What do they need to hit me? They need a 17 to hit me. 17. Okay. First one. Rolls a 10. No dice. Second one. Rolls a 12. So, they move forward, and both of these goblins swing their swords at me in the most dangerous ways. But I'm able to sort of dodge out of the way brilliantly. I stare these two goblins in the eye as its friend lies dead and festering. So, I go. And I'm gonna use my character sheet because I feel like my character sheet's gonna be exciting. I have an attack, and it is beautiful sword. But I don't want to because it doesn't do what I want it to do. All right, here we go. Yeah. 19. 19, y'all. 19. I hit that next one. I come in and I do 8 points of damage. And I killed that one too. Yeah. Yep. And so I am not daunted by these goblins who have tried to, who are, trying to murder me. I was trying to be a friend to them. And instead of being a friend, what they did was yes, both goblins rolled and missed. And those goblins tried to, instead of being friends with me, they tried to trap me and murder me. But I shall not be vanquished. The last surviving goblin swings at me and rolls a 3 and misses. When we played A&D or D&D with minis, when they kill the things, they leave the miniatures on the board. Trying to cross over bodies requires a death check, especially if they're numerous ones. Nice. And as it swings, it misses. Its eyes grow wide. And I say, that was a mistake. And I swing again. My sword expertly finds its target and doing 5 hit points worth of damage. Kills it straight away. Yes. Be sure to write this down in your character's diary when it's over. Yes, Anito, I have to write it down, but you know what? I'm leaving all the bodies on the character sheet on the board so I know it. So we know that we killed them. And they're all just right here, dead. I feel good about that. Okay, so there's my combat checklist. This was, I did it. If you kill the goblins, read 65. Okay. Well, of course, the problem is back in the day, you could save everything, but if you don't have the encumbrance, then you're screwed. 65. You have won the great goblin fight. Congratulations. It was a tough battle for one lonely fighter. Don't forget that you started the adventure with a potion of healing. I'm fine. Which can cure all your damage if you haven't already used it. Searching the area, you find 100 silver pieces and 50 gold pieces in small sacks that the goblins were carrying. Their swords look rusty and worthless, and they have nothing else of value. Oh, we should probably make a note, right, of all the things that we have won. We have gotten, because we have to write it in our diary, 100 silver pieces and 50 gold pieces. This is important for later. We need this, you know, for purposes. You find a note in one goblin. Welcome to our home, adventurers. We need your help. The rest is obscured by goblin blood. Oh, Max Ryder, Gygax would not appreciate that. Gygax does not want you to make the characters feel guilty for killing things. He thinks it's just okay. It's just fine. We just loot the bodies. Over encumbrances incoming. Oh, that's what hirelings are for. But we're first level, Voltaire. We don't have the money for hirelings. And also sometimes they run away. That sucks. Don't forget to clip their ears for the trophies. All right, so now we can decide to go west. Never eat shredded wheat. We can't go west. Oh, I suppose west is going back out. We can go west, north, or east. Ooh. Gosh. Well, let's go east. We might, if we go east, we might run into those rats. We know those rats are there. So let's go east, shall we? Let's just go east. I feel like that'll be fine, right? That'll be fine, right? Yes. Oh, we could go never eat shredded wheat. Oh, wet. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, north would be, this would be north, I think. Yeah, we could follow the goblin trail. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go north. Yeah, let's go north. North is 21. If you have already explored this area, please read 52, which we didn't. If not, then continue. Starting from the north wall of this room, the corridor goes 10 feet north and then turns left, west, and goes another 10 feet deeper, opening into the east wall of another room. There are more goblins here! That's true, actually. But when they see you, they shriek and run through a stout door in the north wall, slamming it behind them. The room looks like the Entry 21 map. Add it to your map. Okay, I will. Okay, well, here we go, everybody. We're gonna add this map to our situation. Okay. Goblin women and children, by Gygax rules, you should kill them. I believe that Gygax actually said there should never be any goblin. If they're there, you can kill them. It's fine. But I think he said it was not cool to include them because, you know, you're really just there to kill them. Let's see. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But, you know, if they are there, he did think it was a little bit not sporting to include goblin women and children. But if they are there, you are also, it's just totally fine to kill them. Because, you know, Gygax. Yeah. Okay, so, and there's a door. There's a door. So let's draw this shape. And let's make the fill. I don't know what color that is. White. And it is here. Okay, this is our map. Where are they then? You know, Gygax was really about just like killing some things. Just kill it. Don't even worry about it. Although he did say it is totally fine for a paladin to, you know what's really interesting? Sorry, I was reading this, right? Because this is very interesting because it's one of the things I was thinking about doing for the future is running some of the early games that actually were designed by women or modules designed by women. And Jean Wells was really important because she was running TSR for quite some time. Gygax, back in the 2000s, somebody asked him, like, hey, if orcs surrender, is it okay? Like, is it okay for the, like, basically, this GM had a player who was a paladin who tortured and murdered orcs that had surrendered. And Gygax was like, yeah, that's totally fine because they're evil racially, so if you don't kill them, they'll just go and do evil things later. So killing them is actually totally a good thing. It's no big deal. But Gene Wells, who was running TSR back in the 80s, after they kicked out Gygax because he's a piece of work, somebody asked her that question in Dragon Magazine, and she's like, oh no, if your player did that, you strip them of their paladinhood because that was an evil act. Good people don't murder people who have surrendered, that is an evil act, and they lose all of their paladin status. And they could go through a big, long, involved quest to get it back and to like repent, but make it hard if they get it back at all. So I just want to note that while Gygax said that, Gene Wells did not. Gene Wells was like, absolutely not. And I just want to note that because there's more than one person who is D&D, not just Gary Gygax. That's all I'm saying. And I just feel like we are forgetting some people when we just go on and on about Gygax, either positive or negative. Just going to note it. Also, we should probably move this over here. I use alignment violations for people who acted against their alignment. My players did not care for that. The book told them to do that. The book says, the book is very clear. AD&D 1E is very clear about punishing people for acting against alignment. And by punishment, well, actually it is a punishment because there is a cost for losing your alignment, like use XP. There's stuff that goes on. Anyhow, we're in where? We're in 21. Okay, so we added it to our map. AD&D 2E, yeah. You search the room carefully. Oh, here we are, we're in the room. You search the room carefully and find one small bag by the door, apparently dropped by one of the goblins. The bag contains 10 silver pieces and 5 gold pieces and a key. Now what do you want? Now, do you want to open the door or go back? Well, I think the first thing we do is we add, right, to our count and a key. Oop, there we go. Absolutely. I think we go forward. Trap. I think we try to open the door, right? Absolutely. Let's keep going forward, shall we? We open the door. We read 66. Okay, 66. We're gonna chase these goblins because they try to murder me. They're not friendly. A curse key. Once you pick it up, you can never put it back down again. You try to open the door without success. Your key doesn't seem to work. Interesting. You hear a goblin voice from the other side say in common, "Go away! We don't want any." You may keep trying if you wish, but the goblin seems to have barred the door. You must eventually go back. So read 37. All right, I will. Oh, by the way, here, do you want to see? You can't see very well, but this is Brigitte Jones, just so you know. And that's Pixabay, so this that particular art is free for folks to use. You know, it's free for folks to use, a commercial, no license, no attribution. So I just want you to know, Pixabay. I think that Lantern Oil lasts 6 hours, if I remember my basic and AD&D 1E. I think torches are 1 hour and Lantern Oil is 6, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, I think so. You know what, Max Writer? You should put down the public domain sites that you use in one of our musings, either tabletop or creation musings. No, media musings. Put it under media musings because I'm always happy to see what people use. So we have to go back to 37. You go back to the room where you first found the goblins. Read 9. And I will share things that I have found as well. So you may go one of 3 ways. North, which we just did, east, or back south. So I think back to the stat room. Let's go east. Let's see what's up this way. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we can go to media musings and we can just share and we can pin it. And I'll put down the things I use and you can put down the sites you use. And anybody who wants to can add to it. And I think that'd be very nice. So let's go east, which is 53. If you've already mapped this section of the dungeon, read 38. If not, continue. The corridor goes 50 feet east from the room and then turns right to the south. Okay. Peering around the corner, you see that the corridor goes 30 feet to the south and a side passage opens to the west. When you get to that point, you see that the side passage goes 10 foot to the west and opens into another room with blue walls and a huge orange mouth on the opposite wall. Read 49 after you add entry 53 to your map. So, y'all, there is an entry 53 that I could just add to the map, but I actually want to see if I can map it without doing that. Because I think that might be interesting. And look, then we'll just see whether or not how accurate we are. You know what I mean? You know what? We're gonna put these in here because that's where we found them. So, all right, let's map it, shall we? And we'll see how good we are in our mapping. We may or may not be good. Let's see. So it says the corridor goes 50 feet east from the room, and then turns right to the south. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 50 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like that is this one. And then maybe. And that's we found. That's where we found them. 1, 2, 3, 4. It says 50, right? 50 feet east from the room, and then turns south. And then it goes down 30 feet. By the way, I'm just looking at the other map entry, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually means to go another 10 feet, which I don't think is 50 feet, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's fine. And then it heads south, but maybe what they're doing is, maybe they're counting this one here. I see. So this is 50 feet and then turns to the south. Peering on the corner, you see that the corridor is 30 feet to the south, and a side passage opens to the west. So that's probably then 30 feet. Side passage opens to the west, like so, is I'm assuming, which means this is probably there, I think. Right? Okay. When you get to the point, you see that the side passage goes 10 foot to the west and opens into another room with blue walls and a huge orange mouth on the opposite wall. And then we should add our map. Okay. Did it. This goes down another 20 feet. And so also here. Okay. All right. We got that. We, however, are right here. Oops. Let's move our token, shall we? Oh, hey. There is something that I remember. I don't think that was it. It wasn't shift. I just watched a I just watched a video about Roll20 tips, and I want to see if I can remember them. And I feel like they were... No, it was about like mapping, I think. Let's see. Was it this one? No. No. One of these, I'll figure it out. Maybe it was right click. Oh, yeah, it had to do with right clicking, I think. Was tip where don't use Roll? No, actually, I like Roll20. It had something to do with it had something to do with measurements and distance, but I wish I could remember what it was. I don't remember. Okay, so we're here. Read 49. Read 49. Like, here's the thing. I will tell you, I know a lot of people like other mapping software, but I really like Roll20, and I like it for a lot of reasons. I like it because all the other ones that people like tend to make you host. Like, you have to actually set up a server and then host, which adds more RAM if you're streaming. So, like, if you're not streaming, that's one thing. But if you are streaming, that just adds more to your computer, which is already doing a lot. If you have to host it yourself, your players cannot go on and look at things when you or yourself are not up, whereas they can with Roll20. A lot of the other ones are not. Players can be. It's free for them. They don't have to pay anything, whereas some of the other ones they do. And because when you're streaming, you often get like multiple players coming in and out. I don't want them to have to like pay stuff for it. So I actually really like Roll20 as a streamer. I find it much more useful. Also, there's a lot of customization you can do, which I also really appreciate. Whereas like the other ones, which are like Fantasy Grounds, the other ones, it was just like not helpful. It was too much of a RAM. Just not as useful. All right, so let's see. We're here. So we go to 49. You may go in and investigate the strange room, or you can go north or south. Well, let's investigate. And look, I know people are like, people want to take down Roll20 because it's currently the biggest one, and people always hate the biggest things, but like, and I know there are people who like map tools. map tools, fantasy grounds, all those ones are not ones. I just don't want to have to host a server while I'm also GMing. I don't want to be streaming and hosting a server at the same time. It's not what I want in my life. If you have been in this room before, please read 39. Otherwise, continue. You enter into the strange room to investigate. If this were a video game, I would save right now, but I can't. You said map tools. Where's Baron? That's a good question. Yeah, all those things, like, and I know people like it, but I'm like, it's fine for me. This room is empty and clean, which is suspicious. And the only feature is the orange mouth on the far wall, about 8 feet long. The room looks like the entry 22 map. Okay, we're gonna map it, everybody. We're gonna put it in here because why wouldn't we? Okay. It looks Atomica. Thank you for those cheers. I'm gonna go and sing at the end. How are you? Welcome in. We are trying to figure out, you know, all the trouble that we got. So we're adding in this room right here, which is like so. Boom, boom, boom. Here, and here. Okay, that's us. Ooh, looks like the government. Oh, they did. Maxi JP, they did. I just never put the effort into it, and I'm still super leery of its random number generator. I mean, if you wanted to, you could roll just in person. And I think that that's going to be a problem for any sort of online die roller. Okay, so here, this is us right now. We're in this space. Okay, you search the room, listening and looking carefully, but you find nothing. Suddenly, Atomic says, I'm making a Fate game, and you're playing D&D. I feel like these are some sort of steps to cause some sort of apocalyptic event. You know, it's fine. It's fine. So right as we're about ready to leave, the lips of the giant mouth move, and in a big booming bass voice, it says, Surprise! You are here for double or nothing. Ready or not, here we go. OTTFFSS. What's next in line? If you solve this riddle, your treasure will double. If you fail, it will all disappear. What is your answer? If you try to leave, you find the way blocked by an invisible force. You must answer, you know, bellows the mouth. Think about it and decide what the answer is. Then read 82. Ooh, okay. OTTFFSS. OTTFFSS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's an E. I think the answer is an E. E is my answer. Read 82. E. That's not the right number. It is 82. 82. Okay. 82. I think the answer is E, by the way. Surprise! MFer. If you guess the answer correctly, you may double the amount of treasure you have. If not, it all disappears, and your character is left with none. The answer is E. The letters stand for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The next in the series is 8. See, this is an example, by the way, of what I mean about how in a gamist game, metagaming is not the same thing as people tend to think of it now. In a gamist game, it was me, troopersjp, who had to try to figure out what the answer to that was, not my character. It didn't matter what my character's, you know, wisdom or intelligence was. They expected me to guess that myself. So, by the way, we did very well, right? And that's one of the things to remember about the old school, right? The old school is about you challenging the character itself being challenged, right? You, the player itself, being challenged. Oh damn, a real life friend rating coming in. Gotta go. Okay, go. Hey, I'm doing the solo game thing, and I'm talking about how back in the day, or actually even not back in the day, in a gamist game, you're supposed to use meta knowledge. That's not metagaming. That's actually just good. It's positive. It's good gaming. So by the way, we did a good job, and now we read 24. Let's see, 24. Here we go. Hey, Jim, I was thinking about you the other day. Why That's a good question. I think I was going through some old YouTube videos, and I think I saw one with you in it on your channel. I think that's what it was. You suddenly feel different, either more or less weighed down, depending on your answer. More weighed down. Whatever answer you gave, the mouth laughs and says, "Come back again sometime." The invisible barrier is gone, and you can leave the room. You cannot find anything more here, nor will the mouth speak to you again. Read 40. Okay. All right. Okay. I feel like we're doing well. From here, do you want to go north or south? Well, we're going to go south, of course. South is 4. We'll go south. You go south from the strange room. If you've already killed the monsters and taken the treasure from this part of the dungeon, read 23, which I don't think we have. If not, read 44. Okay. As you approach a room, which we are going to do right now. Yeah, here we go. A giant rat jumps out of the shadows and bites you, which is rude, and also it didn't even roll to hit. I do not think I appreciate that. That's fine. You see 2 more giant rats in the room. Take 2 points of damage. What? And read 83. Okay, well, first off, I actually think that is highly inappropriate, and I do not appreciate that. I feel like that's rude. I feel like it's rude, everybody. That's just terrible. That's terrible. Read 83. What is that? My goodness. Okay, well, you were having a battle with giant rats. 3 of them are here, unless you scared one off, which I didn't. It looks like the Entry 83 map. People. I just want you to know that I'm unhappy with this. I just got hit for damage, and I didn't like it. But that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna go and make this map. It looks like what? Okay. So this here goes to, I think, here and up. And then this goes down how long? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So to here. And then over and then up. This is our rat room. Y'all. This rat is OP. It was an auto hit for a surprise attack on a geek. That is true. That is true. It's about time. Well, you know what? We're going to have to deal with this, right? We're going to have to deal with this being hit. And one of the things we're going to deal with is we're going to actually have to change our giant rat token, because it now needs to be a general... Come here. A generic token is what it needs to do. So we're going to save these changes. And then we're going to have to... This is just a little bit of Roll20 shenanigans. Yes, delete, and then use selected token, save changes, and then we're good. Okay. By the way, if you've never used Roll20 before, you can see how some of it works. I couldn't do any of the special lighting things because I didn't know what our map looks like. But they only have 2 hit points, so I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. Right? Okay. Here, let's center ourselves, shall we? And clearly there are rats here. Obviously. Okay. We're in a battle with rats. Okay. Well, run the battle normally using the combat checklist. Remember, to be sure that you're doing it correctly. Okay. If you don't remember what 1d3 means, read this section on dice again. I remember what a 1d3 means. I remember. Okay, they need a 17 to hit me, I need a 10 to hit them, but I get to go first because that's how they're not doing encumbrance in this version. So that's life. Okay, here we go. I stride forward after being bit by this rat, and I move forward with a 19. I like Wikimedia the best as it's the most clear, in my humble opinion, of what is public domain and why. Oh, nice. All right. I stride forward after, being bit by this rat that like jumped on my neck and bit me in the neck. And I don't want to roll d20. I want to roll 1d6 plus 2. And I swing my sword at this one, just cutting it in half because, I murdered it is what happened. It just like badly. The rats, however, decide to come after me. The two, they swarm towards me. Swarm towards me. The first one misses. The second one also, they clamber up on me, but they cannot get through my plate mail. And with a smile, I swing my sword and it's a swing. I don't think it's, well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to have to actually do like grab my sword and like by the hilt and thrust down at it, just like skewering it against my plate mail as I just absolutely annihilate one more of these giant rats. I think I'm doing well, everybody. And I'm feeling good about my life. That last rat, hoping, it's a rat. It doesn't have a lot of intelligence. Ooh! This one rat, perhaps it's the smell of the blood of its kin, rears back and hits me in the jugular. And it's going to do 1d3 damage. Y'all. Okay. 3 damage. Ooh, yeah. This rat comes in and smashes its teeth right up against my jugular, piercing a vein, and blood comes like streaming everywhere. And I know that I am inches away from death. I must kill this rat in this moment. And I try my best with that sort of double-handed grip, try to get this rat, but the rat skitters around onto the back of my armor. I can't reach it. Will I die in this moment? The rat attacks me, but it misses. I know that my life is not looking good. I slam my back against the wall, hoping to like just squash this rat between the wall and my plate armor. But as I smash my back against the wall, the rat skitters forward, and it's with its beady, evil, gleaming eyes, tries to bite in my face. But I'm able to, oh my gosh. But I'm able to like bat it to the side, and it's not able to actually get my face. Well, she only has 3 hit points now, and she is a fighter, but she's just a level 1 fighter. And this is basic D&D, where she's got like the most fighterness possible. Like, 8's like way better than a 5 magic user. Might just have like 2. I grab it. I try to just like grab this. Oh my gosh. I grab at the rat, but the rat, I was like, no, my sword's not working. I'm just grab it with my fist. And I try to grab the rat, but the rat skitters around. And the rat, I can't catch it. I wonder, is this going to be the death of me? As the rat lunges again, but it cannot get through my plate mail. I know that my sword is the only thing, the beautiful sword, that would you should feed the rat to your cats, that might help me. So I try again with a great slash to this rat. It's awkward, but I do succeed at this moment in making purchase. My blade hits. Will I be able to do enough damage to kill it? The answer is going to be yes, because I have a +2. And at this last moment, I am able to swing, and I slice the head off this rat. Blood, giant rat blood spurting everywhere. And I stand there, bleeding, Brigitte Jones, in the midst of this room. And I think to myself, that was closer than I wanted. I have only 1 hit point left. am bleeding. And I think, well, I have 3 hit points left, and I think, do I take the potion now, or do I wait? All that's left is to go west, and I don't know. I don't know if I should take the potion now, or if I should risk it. I'll hold on to the potion just a little bit longer, just in case. But I should search the room. As there's blood everywhere, I grab a rag and I try to wipe myself off and, do some first aid. If we come back to heal, the adventure's over. And then we're gonna be done. Well, safe to say that we all know we've been here before. Absolutely. So let's see, if I kill the rats, let's see. The rats will fight until dead. If you decide to run away, 1 rat will bite you as you turn, roll for damage. Note that. But then, if you're still alive, you can go back to the stats room. If so, read 58. If you kill the rats, read 78. Y'all. Okay. You have won the battle with the giant rats. Searching the room, you find 100 copper pieces and 100 silver pieces scattered in the messy rat lair. And you put them in the sacks that you're carrying. Now what do you want to do? Well, I want to note that's 100 more silver pieces. I feel like once we get out... Oh, that should be 300, sorry. I feel like once we get out of here, we're going to have to retire or something. Because this is, not great. Okay. So what do you want to do? We want to go west. So let's go west, shall we? Gee whiz. That's 28. The corridor goes only 10 feet to the west. Never eat shredded wheat. Before getting to another corridor heading north. No, that's not right. No, that's not right at all. We killed the giant rats. What room were we in? Giant rats. Hey, giant rats, where are you? If you kill the rats, go to 78. Head west, read 6. There you go. Thank you. Pardon me, I read the wrong entry. You'll go back to the statue room. Read 58. Y'all. Okay. Here we are in the statue room. Based on the old map grip drawing, I just found the box. I think you've gotten further into this dungeon than my teenage self did. Oh! Other Doc, that's awesome. Look, it says beware here. And we're not fully healed. I think we should take the potion right now. Yeah, I think we should drink the... Yeah, I think we should drink the potion. We're going to drink the potion. We only have 1. We drink it, and that brings us back to our max hit points of 8. So, we're back to max. Because we have no potion left, but, it says beware, so we should probably do that. Let's go west, everybody. That's 43. You go into the room. Oh, that's not the wrong one. 43. The corridor goes 20 feet to the west and then opens into a room, which looks like entry 43 map. Add it to your map. Other Doc, did you know that you're awesome? And I think you're like neat and I like playing with you. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm just telling you in case you didn't know. Just in case you wanted to know. Here we go, everybody. We're adding this room to our map. I hope that when we get to this map, it's not just like all death all the time, although I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case, because that sometimes happens. Okay. Here we go. Anino! He's totally cool, just like you. All right, Brigitte Jones. Okay. The room is empty, except for a few small piles of reddish dust. That seems bad. Do you want to... By the way, reddish dust, you know what that means. You know what that means. That means rust monster. That's what that means. That's what that means. I just want you to know that means rust monster. And we all know about rust monsters. We know that rust monsters are dangerous and bad. That's just a thing that we know. And I just want to share that with you. Yep. Okay. Well, don't have any wooden weapons, but maybe we can like avoid it. Maybe we can run away. We're going to continue. We're going to continue on. because we can't get through that door. So, okay, we're going to go to 45. You go into the room and look around. There's nothing here but the reddish dust. When you look close at the dust, however, you realize that it's rust. You hear a snort, and when you look up, you see a strange-looking creature coming into the room from the western corridor. Never eat shredded wheat. Okay, west. It looks like a giant armadillo with a long tail and has 2 feathery feelers on the front. It charges at you. Do you want to talk to it, run away, or fight? Yeah, we're gonna run away. We're gonna run away. So we're gonna run away is what we're gonna do. We're gonna run away. We're gonna run away. You had a whole party flee from rust monsters after losing several sets of armor weapons. Hey, I have a question. The rust monster is, for me, classic first edition D&D. Do they even... I've never seen a rust monster in any of the actual plays in 5th edition that I've been watching. Are there rust monsters in 5th edition? This is a thing that I want to know. Are there rust monsters in 5th edition? By the way, here's our rust monster. Here, it has 15 hit points, everybody. It has 15 hit points, and I feel very weird about that. I don't like it. Hey, Hawkeye, thank you for that sub. I'm going to sing to you later. That smells like some mighty fine metal you got on you. Be a shame if someone ate it. Yeah, it would, right? Yes, there are. I don't think they were common in 2nd. I remember having to search for one. I might be mistaken, though. I wonder, people don't seem to use it. It's interesting. Okay, well, let's run away. Let's run away. There were always rust monsters. So many rust monsters. We're going to run away from this rust monster because I feel like they're bad. So, we're going to run away, which is 56. 56. Oh, no. Because they're a punished monster that takes away people's weapons and armor. As you run away, the monster quickly attacks and gets in your way. You cannot retreat. Read 86. Well, we're having a fight with a rust monster, is what it looks like. That's what we're doing. We're having a fight with a rust monster. It says in 86, we're fighting a rust monster. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Barantor says, hey, Barantor, rust monsters aren't used as much. Maybe because money isn't the drive as much? Maybe. Max Ritter says, my players had lots of warnings not to go in the cellar of that abandoned house. They went anyway. The fools! Yeah, rust monsters are actually just bad game design. Very, very good. Gaxian. I think that when I was playing back then, I remember reading this rust monster and I was like, how does that work? Like, I was wondering, like, physiologically how rust monsters worked. That seems strange to me. Yep, I like using them early on to let players know that things have consequences without them losing irreplaceable equipment. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. Max Royce, like, love them. Atomic said, I actually had a team leave the dungeon, and they made a bunch of wooden spears from the local forest and went in armorless and took it out. Well, maybe you're a bit by Gaxi, Max. One group had to rescue a baby for a baby one for a circus. Lost his farmers are there. Just looked up on Roll20 Compendium. They do exist in 5e. Oh. There's an article in Dragon Magazine that explained how they worked. Interesting. They're so cute, though. They are cute. Okay, Monkey's still waiting for a rat, so I should go give him some meat to eat. Okay, so we're going to be fighting a rust monster. I need a 13 to hit it. It needs a 15 to hit me, is what we're looking at. And it has 15 hit points, everyone. It has 15 hit points. Okay, well, okay. So use the checklist to be sure that we're running the battle correctly, which I will. If the rust monster hits you, it does no damage at all. Instead, it makes metal turn to rust. As you run the battle, use the following notes to find the effects of each hit. Okay. Okay, then. Well, the ecology of rust. Yes, I remember that. I remember that article, the ecology of the rust monster. I remember it. I haven't read it since back in the day. Okay, everybody, by the way, just so you know, I'm going to go and swing at this rust monster. This monster with its feathery tails coming at me, and I know that this is dangerous. If this thing hits me, I might lose all of my armor, and that would be disastrous. I swing my beautiful sword at it, in a very sort of epic way. I hit, and I do roll 1d6 plus 2. 7 points of damage. My sword bites into its hide, its armadillo hide. It's very well armored, but I'm able to pierce, and I find purchase, and a creepy orangish color blood seeps out of the wound and sizzles as it hits the ground, because I imagine that rust monsters have sizzly acidic blood. And it's a very, very good hit. The rust monster, however, is not daunted, and the rust monster lunges at me. It rolls a 10, which is not enough to hit. And its big rat feather-like tendrils whip out, and I dodge the side, making sure it doesn't touch me at all. And I catch my breath. That was close. But I spin around as I dodge, making a huge arc with my sword, and I try to go and hit it exactly where I hit it before. Will I be successful? No. I try to, but my sword, I don't get the blade. It didn't get the blade. It catches the flat, and the sword skitters off of the armadillo plating. And I know that I might be in trouble, and the rust monster moves forward, but as it sort of charges at me, I move out of the way, and I circle behind it, and I thrust the point of my sword deep, but it is not, the thrust doesn't work. I just hits like one of the plates. It moves off. Oh no, what will I do? And of course, that thing leaves me a little off balance, and the rust monster flips around, its rat tails coming just at me. But I do a combat roll to the side. I come up and I swing at it, but my blade just clanks off, and it sounds like metal ringing in this small room. And the rust monster, if it could laugh, I'm sure it would, as it moves forward, and it comes at me, and it almost hits me. It's one of those moments where I can see the rat flinging thing come right towards me, and at the last minute I move right back and I skitter backwards. I use a very good a really good fencing retreat, and I just move back, and as I move backwards, keeping my point towards it, I actually am going to do a lunge so that I hope I can get some distance from it. But the lunge, I don't lunge far enough, and as I move forward to sort of do this big lunge, the rust monster just skitters, and you can hear it scuttling like some kind of large, creepy creature. And it skitters to the side, moves around trying to flank me, and it does flank me, and I try in vain to move back, but it's not good enough. I was, I think, off balance from the sort of the grand lunge, and as its big, creepy rat feather, gross tendril thing hits me, it does indeed hit. I need to find out what happens, but I'm going to catch up on chat. Atomic says, I think the fear of them is the concept of consequences in a game that generally has murder hobos. They can't even understand the concept of having consequences for murdering a shopkeeper for basic equipment. Oh, you're going to the Kentucky Ring Fair tomorrow, Hawkeye. Nice. Tell us how it is. Other Doc says, you don't see as many nowadays since folks started domesticating them. You have to go out to one of the rust monster farms if you want to hang out with one. Sage nod. And Bar Garmin says, I love rust monsters. Other Doc says, they'll let you pet them so long as you don't bring any metal to the petting zoo. They might let you give them some ingots around feeding time. Okay, we'll find out. It's a rare mechanic that I think is really neat. How did you do? I was able to, we were parrying back and forth, but it just hit me. I'm going to find out what happens. First hit. Your shield turns to rust and falls apart. Now the rust monster only needs an 11 or better to hit you. Read the special note below. What? When you lose your armor or shield become easier to hit, all monsters you encounter afterward will gain bonuses to their hit rolls. If you lose your shield, give them a +1 bonus. If you lose your armor, give them a total +7 bonus to their hit rolls. Note this special bonus on your scrap paper and apply it to all battles until you get new armor or shield. Okay, it now only needs, for some reason, what is it? An 11 or better to hit me. This is real bad, everybody. Okay. An 11 or better. I don't know why it's at 11, but, okay. Yeah, alright. Here we go. I can't escape it, so I have to kill it. I'm gonna go and do my very best, y'all. As my shield turns to rust before my eyes, just dissipating, I put both of my hands on my sword, my beautiful sword, and I try to strike true, and I do strike true. I know that I hit purchase. It will probably not be enough to kill it, but I hope it'll be enough to get close. I do 6 points of damage. This amount of damage is, it's on its last legs, everybody. And it's on its last legs. It is bleeding everywhere. Tendrils limping. Who knows? Will it be able to hit me as it moves forward one last time? Will it? Will it? See, Max Rider, it only damages it if it hits me with its tendrils. I'm hitting its hide. All right, I'm scared. It rolls an 11, which is what it needs to hit me. And it does hit. It hits me. Second hit, my armor turns to rust. Now the creature needs only a 6 or higher to hit me. I don't have much left. I have nothing. This is the basic edition. Basic D&D 1983. Well, this is what I have left. I have to kill it. And I hit it. And this, by the way, I can't fail in killing it. Because my damage is such that I have a +2. I do 7 points of damage, and I kill it. 100% it's dead. But I have no armor, and I have no shield. All creatures currently have +7 to hit me. And I don't know how I feel about that. Let's just put this here. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to explore. But if we see anything really dangerous, we're going to run, is what we're going to do. So yeah, it only damages your armor, but it does no HP. Because it doesn't want to hurt you. It just wants to eat all of your armor. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to continue. I'm going to peek. I'm going to see how far we can go. And then if we see anything super dangerous, we'll leave. Okay, so we did it. We killed it. What happens? If you decide to run away, the monster gets 1 free attack. No, we didn't do that. If you run east, never eat. Okay. If you kill the rust monster, read 70. Okay, we're going to read 70. Because I think we can just run away if it's too dangerous. We should see what's here. Okay. You have slain the horrible rust monster. Searching the room, you find 10 gems lay about, some in cracks and crevices, some in the piles of rust. The total value of the gems is 600 gold pieces. That is amazing. 600 GP of gems, which is amazing. Now, do you want to go west or go back east? Let's go west, shall we? We found the rest of the... yeah. Okay. I think what we should do at this point is, just since we're full HP, is we should peek to see what's happening. That should cover the shield. So let's go... Never eat shredded wheat. West. Let's go west. If there's anything too dangerous, we'll just run. Like, that's what we're going to do. But let's at least peek while we're here to see what we can find. Yeah. Although leveling up will be really hard, I don't think we can level up. I think that we won't be able to get enough, but let's just peek. The corridor goes only 10 feet west before connecting to another corridor heading north. The main corridor continues west into darkness. The north corridor goes 30 feet and opens up into a room. Do you want to go north or continue west? Let's see, the corridor goes 10 feet west between the northern corridor, right? The main corridor continues to the west in the darkness. The north goes 30 feet and opens into a room. Let's go north, because darkness seems dangerous. Yeah, it's like you need like... No, you need like 2,000. It's like a lot. You need a lot to level up. Let's go north. That's 15. Okay. If you've already killed all the monsters in this part of the dungeon, which we haven't, read 61 if not continue. The corridor goes north and opens into a room. The area looks like entry 15 map. Add it to your map. Okay, let's do that. I'm really nervous, y'all, because consequences. Okay, this is, we'll go here. Goes up here, that's 30 feet. Oh, nope, hold on. I don't want this to be green. I hate that. Here we go, okay. 30 feet. And this room goes over to here. Goes up 30 feet. Over and then down. And there is there's a door. And the door is right here. Okay. Y'all, we're gonna peek around and see what's happening. Okay. All right. We're gonna just see what's going on. Hit save. Okay. As you peer into the room, you see two skeletons with rusty swords standing about 10 feet from you around the corner. Without making a sound, they step forward, grinning horribly, and swing at you. One of them hits for 2 points of damage, read 26. I just would like to point out that I was not given the opportunity to escape. I'm going to just note that. I'm going to just note that. I'm going to note it. You always preferred actual buildings to dungeons personally. Always felt buildings and modules should have illustrations of what they look like too. Oh, nice. These skeletons are... Okay, hello, skeletons. So we've got a skeleton. We are going to, by the way, have to change this to read... non-generic token. Save settings. And then we need to open up our skeleton character sheet. Edit. Remove this. That's fine. And then use selected token. Save those changes. And there are 2 of them in here. And I just need a 10 to hit them. No, but sometimes you can run away. Sometimes you can run away in Basic. It was in there. They said that sometimes you could, like, I could have run away. I could have. Okay, what does it say? Where are we at? We're at 15, right? Okay. Read 26. You are facing 2 skeletons. Do you want to talk to them? Bad idea. Turn them, not a cleric. Run away or fight. So... these skeletons have 4 hit points. I have no armor. If I can, I might be able to kill him. Yeah, so I could run away, or I could try to kill him. I'm gonna try to kill him. I'm gonna try to kill him. I'm gonna try to kill him. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I think I can kill him. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can do it. I really do. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Okay. We're gonna fight them. That's 84. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. All right, I'm gonna try to kill them. This is it. I rolled a 2. I miss. They're gonna come at me. That's a 4 plus 7 is an 11. Not enough. 7 plus 7 is 14. Not enough. Even though I have no armor, I'm just in like my padding, and I have no shield. I just have my sword. I decide to come at them. I'm not going to run away just yet. And I swing at them, but it clatters off of their shield, and they come at me. And I back up, knowing that one hit could kill me. All right. By the way, okay, here we go. This is it. I roll a 17, hitting my sword, snakes out into the darkness. My lantern in one hand, my what do you call it? I didn't do the right thing. My lantern in one hand and my sword in the other, and I make a blow, trying to keep with a defensive stance. I roll 4 points of damage. My sword swings out and clatters against this skeleton, and the skeleton breaks apart into little pieces. Dead before me. Dissipated. Its unlife. Gone. The other evil, grinning skeleton moves towards me as I kill its compatriot, swinging, and its sword bites into me, doing 1 point of damage. Its sword scatters with no armor to protect me. I can feel its sword just slice across my arm, and I bleed, but I know that these skeletons will not live. Forlina! And I roll a 16. And my sword finds its purchase. This is a thrust straight into its breastbone. And as I hit straight into its breastbone, it shatters like so many as brittle. The bones are old and brittle, and I destroy it. And I know, as I stand there bleeding slightly, that I did a good thing today. If I kill the skeletons, read 90. Which I will. Wait. No, it's not 90. Where do I killed the skeletons. Hello, skellies. Where'd you go? Skeletons. If you killed the skeletons, read 13. Pardon me. Wrong one. My sword has its own credit. Y'all, look, I'm going to tell you this. This is just what I want to tell you. D&D, first edition and basic, very, very stressful. Much more stressful than current D&D because there is no short rest. You heal like 1 to 3 hit points a day. Like it is stressful. It's stressful. It's stressful is all I'm saying. It is stressful. You kill the 2 skeletons. As each one dies, its bones collapse in a heap, and the rusty sword drops to the floor with a clang. You search the area but find no treasure. However, there is a door to the east wall of the room. Do you want to go south or open the door? I just feel like we have to open the door. We just have to open the door. We have to. Brigitte Jones has to open the door. This is just, we just have to. It's so enticing. We just have to see what's there. Okay. We're just gonna open the door. 27. You carefully examine the door and find nothing strange about it. There is a keyhole in it. Have you found a key? Yes. Read 80. Okay. Read 80. You put the key in the lock and turn until you hear a click. Okay. All right. Okay. Putting the key away, you open the door. There's a small room behind the door. The area looks like entry 80A. Let me do the mapping for us right now as we speak. Polygon line. Okay, here we go. We have a little room. Okay, this is exciting. Boom. 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 Whew. What about Carol Merrill standing by door number 2? It's a good question. I'm going to go for the box. It's less successful when you have companions. Not if none of them are clerics. This is why back in the day you had to have a cleric. Okay. Okay. Here we go. This is it. All right. This is it. Oh, Hawkeye. I got that joke. I'm not. Oh, my goodness. All right. Here we go. The room is empty except for one large chest by one wall. You walk over to it and discover that it's made of heavy wood with metal bands around it. It isn't locked, luckily, so you carefully open it. But alas, it's trapped. Really? Make a saving throw versus magic wands. You need to roll a 13 or higher on 1d20. Okay, well, here we go. I rolled a 7. Okay. Let's not die, shall we? This saving throw is used for many things. Generally indicates whether you jump out of the path of danger, such as the beam of a magic wand. However, in this case, the danger is a blade mounted on the edge of the chest and connected to a metal spring. When you open the lid, the blade sweeps out toward you. If you made the saving throw, you jump back as the blade misses you. However, if you missed the saving throw, a campaign I ran, no one played a cleric. I finally had to bring in a halfling priest thief named NPC named Cartman, who was a complete jerk to everyone, but they had to be nice to him or he wouldn't heal them. I would look. I'm going to tell you what. Back in the day, we always, it's really fascinating because somebody had to play a cleric. If you didn't play a cleric, you would die. And I remember, I didn't mind playing a cleric. I would play whatever. But I think that people got mad that they had to play clerics. They thought that clerics weren't badass, and so then they added all these ways in which you didn't need a cleric to heal, like second wind, I kind of am okay with less healing. So the blade sinks out, and because I have no armor, it digs deep into my side, just piercing my lung, and I can feel my life's blood like ooze out of me as I lose 4 hit points, which, for the record, is not enough to kill me. And as this blade bites deep into my side, I push the blade out of my side and I grab a rag and I tie off the wound, keeping me alive. I am at this moment not dead, but I am close. Very, very close. I should be at 1 hit point is what I should be at. Pardon me. Let's make sure I'm at it. 1 hit point. 1. Everything's a little slow tonight. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. If you are struck down to 0 hit points or less, you can grab your potion if you still have it and drink it before you pass out. No longer have it. If it will cure you somewhat, but only back up to 4 hit points. If you don't have that potion left, sorry, but you are dead. I'm fine. Special note, in group games, you would not be allowed to do this. 0 hit points indicate death with no extra time to do anything. Oof. The skeletons were the zonks. Yep. It took yet weeks to heal, right? Meanwhile, Hawkeye was always the cleric. I could see that about you, Hawkeye. Even with him, the crit hits shattered the gladiator's hand and gave the wizard brain damage. Good times. Colin says, there was no cleric in my long haul 3rd edition campaign I ran. They relied on resting and healing potions, yeah. Other docs, I remember once running a 1-on-1 3E game and told the player, you'll have an NPC cleric with you, but you only get one, and if he dies, that's it. Max is like, you're not fine. What hit point? You're not fine. Yep. Nope, it's bad. But you had 2 considered clerics with dex scores of 3. Oof. Proxthar says, Max Ryder, that's the only one that matters. Rests are expendable. The rest are expendable. All right, what do we have here? It says, I'm not struck down, so I'm good. If the trap kills you, read 90, but it didn't. But if you survive the trap, continue reading. I did. You look in the chest and see hundreds of coins. 500 CP copper pieces, 200 silver pieces, and 200 electrum pieces. You start to close the chest and drag it out with you, but as you close the lid, you see a peephole in the north wall, about an inch across. It was blocked by the door as you entered. Oh. You look through and see a short corridor that goes 20 feet and turns left. To the east, by the turn, is a large door with 2 stout bars across it. A goblin is standing by the door, apparently on guard. The area looks like entry 80B map, which I should probably add to our map. Should probably do some mapping, and I will. Which looks like this. Sorry, pardon me, I don't want green. I don't know why it always defaults to green. That is not what I want. It's fine. We're gonna go right here. I don't also... Brigitte, where are you here? Why? Why are you here? We don't need you here. Delete you. Okay, sorry. We've got to go back. By the way, when I say we have to go back, I mean to the village. That's what I mean. In case anybody was wondering what I meant to the village. In case anybody was curious as to what I meant. Because what I meant was back to the village. Okay. So here. We need to put something right here. And what we need to put is... Let me see if I can do this properly. I want to do this right. So this should be like so. And so. Y'all. Oops. That's not as good as I want it to be. Let's try... this should be bigger, don't you think? Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. Let's try, oops, pardon me. Let's go with, 56? There we go. Excellent. And now we'll just move it here. Okay. And we by the way are here. Hey everybody. Hi. I'm a peeping trooper. Okay. Trooper, you're not allowed to go look around any more corridors. Take your treasure and limp home. Yeah, I feel like that is the good choice there. You still haven't made enough to pay for the armor you lost. I've got a lot, though. I feel really good. The goblin couldn't hear me through the trap almost couldn't. Yeah, but I don't think they know. Okay. So it's just a... I think it's a peephole in a secret door. Okay, so let's see what it says. There's a crack in the wall near this peephole. You suddenly realize that the crack might be the edge of a secret door. This treasure chest must belong to the goblins. However, you can't open the secret door, so you drag the chest back out past the scattered bones of the dead skeletons and south to the main corridor. Read 62. Okay, we will do that. We will do this. We haggled the first set of armor down to like 35 gold pieces. We can sucker their armor again. Yeah, we'll just sucker their armor. It'll be great. Okay, we're down here with the chest, with this massive chest. By the way, we're going to leave, right? This is what we're going to read. Read 62. We're going to leave because we have a chest and a lot of no hit points. We're in the intersection. We're going to go east. That's 48. We're leaving. Back to the rust monster room. Did you kill the rust monster? Yes. Go to 55. You continue through the rust monster room and get back to the statue room. Read 68. From this room, you can go to many ways. By the way, I think we should probably write down what was in the chest, because they probably will not tell us later, right? You got a deal number because the blacksmith had already been commissioned to make it for someone else. It's true. Let's see. So in this chest, we have got, I'm going to write this down. We've got 500 CP, which brings up to 600. We've got 200 silver pieces, which brings us to 520. We've got 200 electrum pieces. We've got no gold. But I feel pretty good about all of this. Okay, we are in what room is that? 58 is the statue room? 54? 58. Okay, we're going to go south, everybody. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're going to page 2. You go back outside. Yes. Yes, we do. If you want to go back inside, read number 1. If you want to quit, stop reading here. Your fighter goes back to town. I don't want to quit, right? No. Your fighter goes back to town. If you killed any monsters and found any treasure, read 88 to find out how many experience points you have earned. If you want to go shopping for supplies, read 89. I feel like we should probably do both, right? 88 and 89? People, right? 88 and 89. Okay. We're doing it. 88. When you complete this adventure, you get experience points. I feel like we should do 89 for shopping. Let's go shopping, shall we? I ran a Make It Up As I Go Along campaign, The Vast Swamp. They managed to kill a vampire, and I rolled a random treasure in its waterlogged coffin. 100,000 CP. That's a lot to carry, though. Okay. We have a lot of treasure. We're going to buy armor, right? We're going to buy plate mail armor and a shield, right? Which is going to bring us back to where we were before in our hit, because we had plate. And that costs us a total of 70 gold pieces, right? 70 gold pieces. 70 gold pieces. Hold on. Copper pieces are pennies. Silver pieces are dimes or quarters. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. We got to go and look up at basic, because I remember it's silver are dimes, right? And then electrum are half dollars. Yes, silver are dimes, electrum are half dollars. Yes. 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 Right. Okay. So let's do this in a way that is practical, shall we? We're at 89. No, says Carl. What? Exchange rates are weird. It makes sense. All right. So we've got this is 6 gold right here. So let's see. So that's each dime, 10 of these are a gold piece, right? So we've got 52 gold pieces here. So we need to spend 70. What we want to do is carry as little as possible, right? So let's do, just for encumbrance purposes. So we need to take 70. So that's 52, that's 58. So we're going to get rid of all of this. And we've just spent 58 gold, basically. So we need we need 12 more. 12 more gold, which I'll just get rid of this 10 here. So then we need 2 gold, which will be 4 EP, which will bring us to 196. 196. Are you... Hey, no! Wait, what? Well, hold on. Let me check. I see you, Krellin. Where's our gold pieces? All right, so nope. It says according to our here we go. Boop. Right, according to our translation chart, 100 copper pieces is 1 gold piece. It's a penny, not a half penny, in basic, and then 10 silver pieces. So yeah, so they're in basic. They're not half pennies. They're pennies. Yeah, think of coppers as pennies, silver as dimes, and gold as dollars. Electrum pieces are like half dollars. Yes, so I was right. I was right. I'll just note it. Okay, good. What I would like is a healing potion. Okay, says Krellin. Screw 1E then. Why? Because we haven't finished the adventure. We can heal and go back in. So let's see. Normal items, magic items. So 89. Wait. We had to go to 89. 89. Okay. Well, let's see what they have. Let's see what they have here. They've got weapons and armor. They've got backpack, oil, lantern, mirror, pole, rations, rope, sacks, tinderbox, torches, water skin, and wine. But they don't have a healing potion. Let's see. You want to go shopping. Instead of making an adventure out of it, like the beginning of this trip, you may simply imagine what you're visiting the various shops in town, buying whatever you need. The items you may buy, armor, weapons, and other equipment, are listed below along with their prices. To make the shopping trip, first write down the items you want and their prices on a piece of scrap paper, then add up the total cost. If you can afford what you want, subtract that total from your treasure. Write the items in the normal items section back in the back of the character sheet. Be sure to write the new total treasure in the money box. By the way, I should probably say somewhere that what I spent, because I'm going to get XP for all of that. So I spent 70 GP. Just going to note it. Just for the future. Okay. You know, the thing is, Krellin, about why, I think it's because they like the idea of not everything being metric. They want to kind of like that, because you know how, like, money was weird, right? Okay, so there are more weapons and equipment available in Group Adventurers. See the complete list in the center of this book. Well, you know what? I feel like we should probably see if there are healing potions. Because if there are, we might be able to just go and get some. Complete list of weapons. I'm looking at the complete list of stuff we can buy. And it does not include healing potions. So I feel like we should look to see how long it takes us to heal. Yeah, the thing is, I think that they kind of wanted to go for that heal. I think they wanted to go for that medieval feeling of money being weird. So here's the thing. Your fighter can be healed by, if you were hurt, there's nothing you can do about it now. The damage your fighter has taken can be healed by a few days rest. Okay. It doesn't say how much. Potion of healing. Potion of healing. Potion of healing. Spend a few days in town letting your wounds heal. I think we just have to spend a few days. Whatever that means. So, yeah. Yeah, I think we should heal. That's what I think. We spend a few days in town to heal. And then we, I just had to kill a flying creature. But I killed it, and I feel good about my life. Yeah, it looks like health, healing, Yeah, I just think we have to spend a few days. I think that's it. That's it. Spend a few days. Okay. Let's see. Maybe 1 day per HP. I think it was 1 through 3. I think it was 1 through 3. Demons were meant to run for several different groups too on the SimWorld. Oh, I never did because we only had one group. Let's see. Money was a super weird thing. Figuring out shillings, pennies, and pounds through the Dark Ages is a nightmare. It's true. What's the name of the town near the dungeon? I'm pretty sure there's a pretty farmer's daughter. What kind of inn do they have? I read an article noting Gygax originally intended for real time to pass when you weren't playing the game. So you really want to get out the dungeon by the end of the session. I remember flying creatures add XP to the end total. Let's see. I feel like it doesn't say how much. Wounds take twice as long to heal. That's something else. Healing. Staff of healing. Heal, 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 healing. Creating dungeons. Well, red box, you're not telling me how long I have to heal. That's fine. It just says a few days rest. So we're going to go and take a few days rest, get ourselves back up to full 8, and we're going to go through that secret door. Or I don't know if we can we? Maybe we can't. That might be a thing. Can we? I don't know if we can. We're at 89, right? For that, we got our armor back because that's ridiculous. We need to get our armor back. And then we did that. So, yeah. I think we go back in. Because we can, and we're all healed back up. We've left all the stuff back there. Well, we actually have to see. 80. Can we open the secret door? Yeah, you can't. It says, crack in the wall. You can't open the secret door. Okay, so if we go back out to the corridor, that's 62. Yeah, we're going to come back in. Yeah, I paid for it. I got new plate. The key was to open up the door here. So I got new plate. I got a new shield. So we're going to go back in and we're going to just check out what's over here. Because we went through all of there. We went through all of there. We can't go through this secret door. Why do you keep showing up? Brigitte Jones, stop showing up. We're going to go here. We have to wait a couple days. We want to find out what's left in this dungeon. If we do, we have to head west. I know they're doppelgangers. I think it's really dangerous. I'm worried. Because I just want to see what else we got in here. Like, we didn't die, so I feel really good about that. We want to head... 58 is our... I don't know if we'll find anything else. We're going to head west. That's 43. We're in the corridor. We're going to continue. That's 45. Let's see. Wait. Continue. That's 45. No, we already killed it, though. We already killed the rust monster. That's 86. Yeah. We've killed the rust monster. That's 70. Sorry, you gotta run through the thing. Go west. That's 28. Corridor. Go continue west. That's 14. Okay. Right? So here we are. You go west and come to another room. So how much sleep have you had in the after last night's show? Ooh, wow. You go west and come to another room. It has an exit leading south. You go west and come to another room. It has an exit leading south, leading outside, and another corridor heading west. You don't want to go west. The ghouls are in that direction. You recognize this room as the entrance for your very first adventure. This is where you hit the goblin and he ran away. Oh. with the exit. It has the exit leading outside. Oh. I actually think we must have then gone through the whole thing, right? Because if we go south, you leave the caves. Yes. So I think that this is it, because we can't open this door, and we tried to get in here, but we couldn't get through there either, because there were goblins there. So I actually think we finished the adventure. Right? I think that's it. I think so. Well, the thing is, if we go west, we run into the old adventure we were on. So the old adventure is where we were before. This was like where we had entered in. So like there's a room here, and the room will go west goes to the ghouls that are too dangerous, and then south there's an exit. So it's like there's like a, I probably can't draw it completely well, but there's like a, like I imagine what we have is like a, where is it? Polygon line, black. So we probably have something like a room here. A room here that heads out. Right. And then the corridor, which heads out that way. Right. And this would be, oops. Ghouls. Right. And this is then, let's call this out, exit. Oop, exit. There. So if you don't want to go west, that's where the ghouls are. Yeah. So we do not want to go west because that's where the ghouls are. All right. So this is everything. We can't get through the secret door. And way back up here, when we were up here, we couldn't get through this door, if I remember correctly, right? Because there was a, it was locked and they wouldn't let us through. So I think that's it. I think we're done. We're done. We have to go back to town, which gives us, it was barred 88, I believe, if we leave. So what's next? All right, so 88. Let's zoom out. Zoom out a little bit more so we can see the whole dungeon. There we go. Okay. 88, our last one. When you complete this adventure... Oh, hey. Hey, goblins. How you doing? What were all those people doing there? Whew, okay, I got them. When you complete this adventure, you get experience points. Ooh. First, add up all the treasure you brought out of the dungeon, ignore anything you lost, and figure out how much it is all worth in gold pieces. So I've got, let's see, 700 gold pieces, 770, and that's 770 plus 3, 4, 1, no, I gotta do the other way, 9, 8, 98. So 98 plus 798 plus 70 is 868. 868. Okay. All right. So how many gold pieces? You get 1 XP for each. Okay. So that's 868. Let's bring up our character sheet. Hey, Brigitte. How are you doing? I get 868. I really should just bring my calculator. 868. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1. I said 868. Right? Right? 868. Carry the 1, so that's a 6 plus 5 is 11. That's 12. Carry the 1, so that's a 2. 800, so that's 1,000. That's 11. 1121. Yes. 1121. Okay, we got that. Good. Okay. In addition to, okay. After adding up the treasure, find out how much experience you get for slaying monsters. According to this chart, giant rats are 5 each, and I killed 3 giant rats. Okay, so that's 15. So that's 36. Nice. Goblins are 5 each, and I killed 3 of those. I don't know why she's back again. Weird. So that's another 15, so that's 51. Thank you. I guess that is the whole dungeon as far as this particular adventure is resolved. And then I get 10 for each skeleton, and I killed 2 of those, so that's 20. So now I'm at 1171. And then the rust monster is 300 XP. So that's 1,471 XP, and I need 2,000 for the next level. Hold on, I messed up. Because I get a 10% bonus. What did I have before? Add that total to your treasure total to the experience points for this adventure, and then I get the plus 10. No, I got way more than 250. Oh, those way starting 253? 253. Thank you. Yes. So, hold on, calculator. So I'm at 1471 minus 253. So that's 1218. So that's 121 XP. I get to add 121 to that. So 1592. I don't think you get to round up. 1592. 1592. I'm almost there. You don't. I just don't think you. I don't think you round up at all. I think you just like it's no rounding. You know, if I had better stats, then I would have. I think I might have been able to level up maybe if I had better stats, maybe, because then I would have gotten like a 15% bonus. All right, let's see. It says, then add the total. Right, did it? Okay, to finish up, add the treasure you found to the money you already had. Looking at the conversion chart, you see that blah 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 blah. For monsters, you get blah 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 blah. Bonus blah 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 blah. This finishes the adventure. You may go to the next adventure, or you may wish to go shopping. If you want to buy something, read 89. I've already bought stuff. We're feeling good. After the adventure, the map of the entire dungeon is given here. Check your map against it to see if you made any mistakes. If you had any problems with any part of the dungeon, go back and read the difficult section again. Now that you've learned the basics of the game, you'll probably see what went wrong. I feel like I got how to play, but... Oh, here you go. Here's our map, which I feel like... Yeah, I might have really had another 30, but I would have had another 23, right, from before. Oh, maybe a little less than that. Yeah. Well, what am I at? I'm at... Hold on. I know what we can do. We do this backwards, right? Brigitte had... she's got 1592. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Thank you. So this is our adventure right there, and our map is pretty on point. I mean, look. Can I say something? I just want to say something about Basic, and also the old school Renaissance. Also, I do not know why I showed back up again. Why did I show back up again? I didn't want to. Here. Stop that. There we go. So, I said to you, I told you all back in the day, that when we started playing D&D, I started with the red box, this one right here, as you do. And after starting the red box, very quickly we all went to AD&D First Edition because we always felt like Basic was for kids. And it clearly was. Do you know what I mean? It clearly was. And it's interesting because the old school Renaissance is going back to basic, as if like basic is the thing. When all of us back in the day, we wanted to move on to advanced as much as possible. Yeah, like it was like very quickly we're like, now we want to go to advanced. Although I kind of feel like maybe they aged up a little bit. I mean, like it's not a bad, like basic's not bad. Oh, by the way, we finished the dungeon, so we should get rid of our music. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. So that was it. That was the first dungeon, and it introduced mapping for you, and rust monsters. Chrome's like, because it was advanced, it was better. Who wants to be basic? Nobody wants to be basic. I like separate classes and races personally. I wasn't a fan of the dwarf or elf as a class. Well, Max, it was basic. Although there are good things. There are things that I liked about the BECMI. There were things that I liked about it. But, that is we did a good job. And we didn't die. We didn't die. We could have died, but we didn't die. And I feel really good about that. I feel good about it. I feel accomplished. And and Brigitte Jones is very close to leveling. Other Doc says, my mother ran the adventure in the DM's rulebook after I played through the solo adventure. She surprised me by adding more kobolds to it near the end. Oh, wow. Did you survive? And who did you play with? Like, did you play with other people? I need to know more. I need to know more about how this went. So, should have gone to fight the ghouls so you could die. No! We got all the treasure. We're good. All right, so here's what's what, y'all. I think, I can't remember how it went. It was just me. Oh, are there other similar solo adventures to this that anyone would recommend? So, I've got a bunch of the old TSR stuff in PDF, including some adventures. And, well, we don't know yet because after all, there are other solo adventures. And see, what you don't know is that I've been gathering them because we might do more of these, right? So whenever we sort of like finish something, we might have a little bit of time left over. I want to do some going solo in between some stuff. So I feel like that is going to be the thing we're going to do. So I have downloaded... I don't have all of the solo adventures that exist, but I have some. Now, some of them I don't think I can actually play. So, for example, Blizzard Pass and Maze of the Riding Minotaur, or the Ridding Minotaur, I don't think I can actually play them, and I will tell you why. Oops, that is not what I wanted. I did the wrong thing. Cancel. Because those were made with invisible ink. And I don't think I can play them in the PDF form because they used invisible ink. Yeah. I have a list of the text in the boxes for both. Oh, do you really? Oh, because if you do, then I might, if I could find the text, then might be able to do those. Because I've got Maze of the Riddling Minotaur, Riddling Minotaur. I've got Blizzard Pass, Lathan's Gold, Ghost of the Lion Castle, Mystery of the Snow Pearls, Thunder Delve Mountain, and Rage of the Rakasta. So I've got some. Yeah, and I'm excited. So here's what's what. I'm going to do more of these solo adventures, but there's also more. There are also a lot of solo adventures for tunnels and trolls, and I want to do some of those. There are solo adventures for GURPS. I want to do those. I want to do one of the first solo adventures that you do out of GURPS. So basically, I've got a bunch of solo adventures, and I want to weave them into our gaming schedule in between things. And I'm going to do it because I can do what I want. But that said, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here. And I'm looking forward to actually making some good credits for all of this and, an opening title sequence and all of that. And I will. It'll be good. But that was this. So let me see. What can I tell you? I had Maze of the Riddling Monster and Lathan's Gold when I was a kid. I remember kind of trying to get through it, but I wasn't very good about following all the rules, I think. I might have more solo adventures. I've got to look through everything and see what I have and see which ones I've got. But I do have... We're going to do it. We're going to do it. The solo adventures I had as a kid were the Lone Wolf and Gray Star books. Oh, yes. I know about them, too. Anageek says, I would love to somehow play in a 1E AD&D campaign because since I came in it... See, Anageek, I actually want to... I've been really debating about running AD&D or Basic. And my big struggle is Basic has got the very cool followers stuff that I really like, but all the OSR is all based on Basic. Like all the old school Renaissance stuff is all... Here, I can do this. Hold on. Here we go. All the old school Renaissance stuff is all Basic all the time. And so I feel like Basic is done. Do you know what I mean? Like there's enough Basic out there because everybody's like obsessed with Basic in the old school Renaissance, which I think is kind of weird actually. Especially now, like in the very beginning of the old school Renaissance, I think there was a little bit, like there's 1 or 2 things that were based off of AD&D 1E. But as the old school Renaissance has matured, it's almost all Basic. And mostly even Moldvay, not even Mensner. Like they just go, like they just are like really obsessed with old Basic. I just don't know why. And some of them, they don't even go past Expert. They'll do like Basic and Expert, and that is it with their old school Renaissance. They're weirdly obsessed with it. So I feel like because the old school Renaissance is all Basic Expert all the time, that maybe I don't need to do it and I should do some first edition 1E, AD&D 1E instead, because that's just not really represented and that could be interesting. You actually like the Greystar ones better, but there were only 4 of them. I wonder if I have them. I don't know if I do. While we're chatting about this, I'm going to check my gaming folder and my D20 resources folder. And I'm going to search for Greystar. Greystar. What is this? This is Scales of War. Probably not. This is Monster Manual, blah, blah. Creature Codex, blah, blah. Draconomicon, blah, blah. Dragon. Dungeon. I don't know if I have it. I might. I could. It's entirely possible. But I'm not certain yet. That's my Mutants and Mastermind stuff, which was very nice. I enjoyed it very much. I have to look. It's unclear to me. It is unclear to me. But I saw a website that was talking about them, so I've got to look it up. Yes. Yes. So, what I'm going to tell you is there are going to be more solo adventures, and there's probably Tunnels and Trolls, and also GURPS. And I'm just going to look for some like old solo adventures, see what I can find, and we're going to do them, because I think that's very exciting. And I'm very excited about it. So, that's it. So what I'm going to tell you, what's next? Today is Friday. Tomorrow at noon, I'll be doing Outer Worlds, so we can hang out here doing that. Sunday at 8 p.m. over at Praxagora, the Smophorius channel, will be Witcher Roads Home, where my character's not doing well psychologically. It's been a hard couple of weeks. Wednesday will be over at 8 p.m. Eastern. Over at Laugh Love Lindy will be Good Society upon the Hexenshire Moors. And then Thursday will be The Long Dark over at my channel. Friday will be probably a break. It depends. If I get all the things done that I want to do, then we may do a solo game on Friday, but I'm not planning it. If I don't, because I've got 2 campaigns starting up the week after that. So I might be spending Friday doing campaign prep. We will see. But that's what we got coming up. And, I've got Lathan's Gold. I've got it. I'm going to see what we can find. So I'll tell you what, y'all. There will be... thank you, Other Doc. I enjoyed coming back to the Dungeons and the Dragons and the back in the old school day. But you know what? There may be more. There may be more. There may indeed be more. That said, do I have Ghost of Lion Castle? I believe I do. I've got the ones that I know I have. I might have others that I just haven't found in my... I've got a bunch of PDFs. But I've got, Blizzard Pass, Maze of the Riddling Minotaur, Lathan's Gold, Ghost of the Lion Castle, Mystery of the Snow Pearls, Thunderdelve Mountain, and Rage of the Rakasta at the very least. I've got to go through all my folders. I might have more. I certainly have some newer ones that were created. And I'm excited about, going through them. And I'm excited about some other things. Thinking about some old school D&D, as a matter of fact. And we will see, we'll see. That said, let me tell you where to find me. I told you where to find me next, but you can find me at troopersjp here and on YouTube, right? There's an old Call of Cthulhu Solo Center called Grimrock Island. Ooh, I should check that out because that Grimrock Island. I'm trying not to forget it. You can find me here at troopersjp, also at YouTube. I'm going to be putting up all of this stuff on YouTube. Also, you can find me at Academic Foxhole on Twitter, and there's a Patreon at Academic Foxhole, and that goes to pay for all the casts for these shows, but also for graphics and all that kind of stuff. And we have a Discord, and you should hang out there. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I should probably make a new channel for going solo. I'm going to make a new channel on our Discord. We can chat about solo stuff. That's what I'm going to do. Because that's awesome. Grimrock Isle. I have to check it out. And I'm looking forward to like doing some stuff. But that said, we're going to go. And I'm going to see you all tomorrow maybe, or the day after. Thank you all for being here. This has been very, very lovely. You all have been wonderful. And we'll do more solo adventures because things are coming up. And also, by the way, there's some other things we're going to be doing, which is why I might take Friday off, because I've got 3 things I want to prep, one of which is a surprise. And if I can get it all prepped, then I get to announce it, and then you'll know about it. And then you'll be excited too, because you'll be excited for reasons that I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you, but I'm not going to tell you. I could tell you. You'll be excited though. Okay, everyone, take care of yourselves, and I will catch all of you all on the flip side. Bye, everybody.